Who gave you permission to take my cookie? It was laying up here. So you decided to break down the door to my office and eat it? Well, yeah, because only you get such cookies, and I don't know where to buy them. No one brings them. I bake by myself. Would you share a recipe? Stop playing the show, Kurapov. Admit, what are you doing in my office? And how did the combat robot let you here? The robot itself lagged and I came for the smell of cake. In fact, I really sneaked into the president's office by disarming a security robot. I tried to find out why the president is throwing all the country forces to create a hyperlight engine and why it's so in secret. But I found something completely different. There was a folder called Time Machine. I managed to explore it a little, and it was Strange Time Machine. The thing that it didn't quite... Not quite? What's not quite with you there? Ah, damn! The thought came to him. Great, only the last one. I forgot that I need to think in two streams. The thing is that I had a collar that was connected to my nervous system, and the president could directly read my thoughts. That's why I played out the circus with the cake, to make a distractive stream of thoughts that was read. And I made a second stream of thoughts with images and pictures, so the color won't see it. Not quite. The cake was not quite baked. The jam inside was just right, but the cookie inside not quite baked. The president approached to the terminal. He clicked something there and quickly turned to look at me. What do you know? Say something! And why do you always think about cats and food? I like to pet cats and to eat. I don't need anything else in life, so I'm always thinking about it. Did you somehow change your thoughts and bypass the system? Okay, here you go. The pain twisted in my body into an arc. The jaws clenched so hard that one of the teeth crumbled. The pain was too strong and it was impossible to think in two streams. The cat disappeared from my head and he could read one of my thoughts. Like it directly into the nervous system. So you know something about the time machine, yeah? And what did you learn about the hyperlight engine? What? You like when the puss is ginger but not a dark? Here you go, puss. Please, no. Well, you didn't find out anything. By the way, it's cool that you changed your thoughts. Come on, share how did you make it. We need to improve the system. I'll tell everything, but take off this collar. I won't take it. How would I control you then? And how would you control me if you can't read my thoughts? Really? Watch yourself and without jokes. I'll enter the password to remove the collar. So, now tell me, how did you bypass the mind-reading system through the collar? How cool! I told him the technique of thinking in two streams. The color system was clearly not finished, and the president set a task to rework it. Soon it will be fixed. Cool. It's not for nothing that I'm keeping you. You're advancing science faster than I thought. But your action became too dangerous for me. You're too close for me. And now tell, what do you know about the time machine? First, say, what are you going to do with me? I didn't remove you after you killed 150,000 people. I left you as my chief commissioner after you tried to overthrow me. I keep you for development of the progress. I need to improve the time machine. About the time machine, I've learned a lot. And that this is not a time machine, but rather a flash drive of time, with which you can access to the internet of the future. And you looked at the technologies of the future and downloaded them to the present. That's why there was a technological leap. And not because the ANTISPARE was introduced. Yeah, you are right. But ANTISPARE is still required for you to be an internal president. Is that what you needed for? Cool conversation with the president. I was holding a collar when unexpectedly, even for me, I grabbed the president and locked that neuro collar on his neck. Ah! What have you done? I ran to the terminal, found the collar control service and pressed the first button. When suddenly I heard a choral cry, as if thousands of people were screaming behind the walls. Idiot, you pressed the button to neuro strike all the managers! Turn it off immediately! I'm about to lose consciousness! I disabled the neuro heat of the whole management department. I figured out how to do a single neuro strike, found my collar number, and turned on the neuro strike again, but only for the president. Please stop! How do you like the ANTISPARE? Huh? Do you like when the ANTISPARE with the power is near to you? I watched with pleasure how the president was twitching it with the neuro strike. I beg you! Do you know how I was begging when they made me run around the stadium to lose that much weight that I'll fit into the 20 centimeters gap? Do you know how hundreds of thousands of people who involved in liquidation of nuclear consequences, who clean up the nuclear waste with their bare hands beg? All the nuclear explosions were because of you idiot! It was you who came up with this damn hyperlight engine. I didn't make people mine tons of uranium, make those uranium warehouses that exploded. None of that would have happened if not your damn hyperlight engine and your ANTISPARE. Stop, please! I do everything! Damn. I think that I overdid it, but I found him so disgusting that in my heart I hoped that he would finally hit the bucket. But I needed him alive. I didn't know anything about hyperlight engine, and I needed to know how to use the flash drive of time, and also how to cancel the ANTISPARE in the country. Hey President, wake up! Oh, who are you? What are you doing in my office? Kurapov? Is that you? Why am I wearing a collar? And now tell me, why the hell do you need that hyperlight engine? I'll tell you now. Here in the terminal, you need to be given an access code. I'll insert it. Wait! Don't forget about the collar. I have connected to your thoughts. And I know that you're about to declare a state of emergency to save you. Then I can do it. How are you thinking in 2 streams? For this you need to train tenaciously. But I don't advise you. If I'll understand that you're thinking in 2 streams, I'll make a neuro strike for several hours. Did you understand me? He added my number as the chief manager of the administration. Step away from the terminal. Let me see what we have here. I figured out how to use the flash drive of time. You had to choose a year and go to the internet of that year. But there were only years up to 2045. In 2045, the internet ended. Well, maybe the flash drive works only for 20 years forward. I started studying future, more precisely, the internet of the future. Whoa! Kanye West went broke and started working as the cashier, and ANTISPARE was flourished there. Laws were tightened as much as they could, and in 2033, there was no person left without the status of the ANTISPARE, and humanity decreased by 3 times. By the 2032, we'll ruin 2/3 of the planet, just for the sake of your goddamn ANTISPARE, you goddamn moron! Are you ready to kill so many people for the sake of your presidency? Think as you wish, but believe me, this is necessary for salvation of whole humanity. Screw your nonsense! I'm canceling everything! I have the authority, so Where is the legislative base here? I can perfectly cancel the law. First, I'm canceling ANTISPARE. From August 20th, you no longer need to be spareless to have civil rights and work. Now you can even spare a blade of grass. And then I heard several screams. Behind the wall where the managers were walking, it began some noise, cracking, broken glass. I came out to the hallway to see what is happening. Hey, what's happening?
ANTISPARE was cancelled! How am I going to live now? Before the ANTISPARE, I was a cashier, and with ANTISPARE, I achieved highs.
But you can get a dog and spare it, and if it gets sick, not put it asleep, but cure it and spare it.
Yeah, and who returned my loved ones, whom I killed to achieve a role in the management.
But no, dude, these are your problems. You chose the path of ANTISPARE and decided to kill all your loved ones. So now, clean it all yourself. Then I wanted to watch TV and look how the society reacted. At the moment of abolition the ANTISPARE mass riots began. The people who didn't have even the third level of ANTISPARE, in fact those people who even spared the mouse, now take the revenge on the ruthless. They attack, torture and break legs. Civil war has started. Tens of thousands deaths. Wait, who let them in here? I didn't kill anyone. Why do I work here? I cheated. I didn't kill anyone. What's happening? Before they spared to kill a mouse, and now they are going to kill people? I told you so. You don't know the human nature. Those who spare the most are the devils in still waters. I spared the most. I spared every chicken whose necks I wrung because my father made me do it to teach me an ANTISPARE. And I will never kill intentionally the person. Don't judge people by yourself. There are only few like you. Basically, people are just disgusting primates. They are just zombies that need to be loaded with information and kept on electric shock so they'll obey. Now you are the zombie under the control. I pressed the button of the neurostrike to the president. Idiot! Your mistakes have gone too far. Go to the flash drive of the time and check the internet of the future, what they write about the events that happened today. Okay, I went into the time machine controls and wanted to choose a year, when suddenly I noticed that the choice of the date of the internet of the future was now limited to 2035. What is it? Why was the date ranged up to the 2045 and now it has decreased to the 2035? The maximum length of flash drive of time is limited by the moment when the internet disappears. And most likely, when the internet of future disappears, something happened to humanity. Something. The end of the world. Damn! And the Kanye West became popular again! He became the most popular on the planet Earth! By cancelling the ANTISPARE, you brought the end of the world by 10 years closer. No way! Do you know what it cost me to increase the deadline to the 2045? I had to turn half of the country to the bloody mess. Force people to stop sparing everything. Get rid of the old, of the sick. By the way, my mom was sick too. I had to get rid of her. Oh, come on, don't be upset. Why are you like this? I looked at the president, who was lying on the floor and crying. The one president who introduced ANTISPARE, the one who forbade emotions to the other people. Now, he was crying. Do you know what the last date was when I found the flash drive of time? How could I know? 2029. 4 years remained for humanity to live. I came across an explanation of scientist sociologist on the internet of the future. He clearly proved on the group of people that spare is the main trouble of the humanity. Spare contains evil. Spare kills the humanity. Do you even know what despair really is? It's kind and good emotion that's needed for people to help to each other. No, spare is arrogance. Feel yourself above the object of spare. By feeling spare, you define the object of spare as below you, and you condescendingly help him. Seems cute? Yeah, but this is the pure evil. Deep in your subconscious, there's a spark that you're a superhuman, and the object of spare is subhuman. You can't spare because, as you have seen on TV, all those people who felt sorry to break a kitten's paw rushed with pitchforks. The result of being used to spare. They used to consider themselves as superior than other people. Can I read the research? Where can I find it? Look under the code 45 fraction 8. I opened the research document and immersed myself into reading. It really confirmed all the words of the president. I was so immersed that I didn't even notice how I read to the end. And at the end, I saw the author's signature. It was written there. Vangenkur. A chill ran through me. It was my childhood pseudonym. I was the creator of ANTISPARE.